Is there a pretty privilege? Do beautiful people, men, women, and especially women, do beautiful girls have privilege? Yes, they do. Beautiful girls have privilege from middle school to high school to college to beautiful girls even before they develop into sexual beings. They become adults. They have privilege. People just like beautiful people. And before you start getting mad, in every maybe what's beautiful in America is not the standard, let's say in Africa, or it's not the standard, let's say in Europe or Asia. But I'm just saying, like, people in every culture, people love beautiful people the way they define it, and there's clearly a pretty privilege. Like this adage say, like John, I forgot the name. I think it's John Tosh. He said like a beautiful, an ugly woman. He said an ugly woman is like an ugly woman have to work like man. Yeah, an ugly woman have to work like man. Basically, if a woman is not pretty, she loses a lot of privilege that comes with being a woman. Maybe it's an exaggeration because you got ugly guys too, but like ugly guys can make up for it by being powerful, by having money, by having swag, whatever. But for many guys, if a guy is stable, has his own money, he won't really compromise on his beauty standard. It's rare for a guy to be just, everything is good on his side, money, power, swag, and just go get somebody so out of his league beauty wise, and somebody who's not beautiful at all. So pretty privilege exists. You see it in front of any club you go to, whether it's in Africa, Europe, America. You go in front of the club, a beautiful girl comes. First of all, she don't pay, and I've seen it in Atlanta. Sometimes they don't even search their bags. You see some big girl is gonna come, and they not that maybe attractive to them, they're gonna start searching her bag, and they let the pretty girls in without even searching their bags, their Louis Vuitton bag, their Celine bag, and sometimes those pretty girls be carrying hit for their boyfriends because sometimes the pretty girls be dating hoodlums, but even the security guys or security girls see them as, oh, they're so inoffensive, they're just beautiful, it's just some eye candy, let them in. You see pretty privilege everywhere, in every office. You watch the news, I don't see no ugly chick on CNN, on MSNBC, or on Fox News. Fox News even have a type, model type, blondish. They have a type, and they dress them in a way. They all have long legs, and they're always showing off their legs. So there's pretty privilege because you cannot convince me that you don't have smart, not that attractive females that went to journalism school or that just can be anchors, because many of these journalists on CNN, on Fox News, or MSNBC, they don't have journalism degrees. Some of them went to political science or international relations or economics. They ended up being anchors or correspondents on CNN. But yeah, you might see ugly chicks being correspondents, but you don't see ugly chicks being the anchors. It's rare to see them being having their own show on CNN or on Fox. Fox, they have a type. They're typecast. Even the black women that work for Fox, they're typecast. They have that Caucasian feature kind of. So pretty privilege exists everywhere, everywhere. Even for guys, it's not as enhanced as for women, but even for guys, you know, I I always been my weight always been fluctuating from from when I was 19 to now. But like within the last year, I lost a lot of weight, and you see people complimenting you. So I'm like, okay, why you didn't tell me it was a problem before? You see people looking at you differently. You know, I always been a handsome guy, but weight kind of changes the way people see you. Way changes. Even when they don't tell you, they might not tell you. They might be too polite. They might be too scared or politically correct. But way changes. You know how people look at you. So imagine if on top of weight, you weren't even attractive without weight, or not as handsome or beautiful as this brother. So you better go do some gym, whether you're a guy or a girl, especially girls, man. Keep it tight. There's pretty privilege. Don't let nobody lie to you. I remember in Africa, like my aunties, they always tell boys and girls, if you weren't like seen as pretty, they tell you, oh, you gotta work hard in school for you to get a wife, because or or a girl too. If a girl wasn't that beautiful, they'll tell you straight up, you better stay in school, or you better go learn some trade, be a tailor or whatever, because you're not gonna get many marriage offer from guys because you're not that beautiful, But back in the days, they didn't have to be politically correct. Even now, African aunties have no chill. They don't have. They won't tell you, girl, you better stay in school, or girl, you better do some business and make money because we're gonna have to go get a husband for you, and no husband is coming for you. But in the West, we have to, babysit people's feeling. You don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So if you tell that to your own niece, people are gonna be like, man, that's a crime. Maybe you go to jail. I don't know. I'm playing, but your brother or your sister won't let you see your niece anymore if you tell her, you better stay in school because you're not attractive actually. But like, it's good to prepare people for reality, for the real world, because the real world is not forgiving at all. It's not forgiving. It's not forgiving. Stop lying to people. And it's true that you go to any college campus in America, especially within the black community, I see a lot of girls on the not attractive side of things, and they're studying hard. But even there, even if you do all that, you still have to work on yourself, work on your attitude to get a husband. But I think they kind of know they have to work harder. They won't admit it, but they kind of know. If you're not a automatic 9, 10, 8, 7, or the Godfather Kevin Samuel say no 7, 7 or whatever. If you're not an automatic 7 to 10. You as a girl, you might not tell you might not admit it, but you know you have to work harder because you won't have privilege in many areas. So we like to lie to each other. Let's keep it real. There's pretty privilege, there's a handsome privilege, there's this and that and whatever. Even guys, we see and we talk about colorism, for instance. I see females complaining about it most of the time, but in the black community, but I've seen black women too, even African women, as soon as they see some light-skinned guy, they're like, oh, he's so handsome. Just because he light-skinned, dude might have, I don't know, I don't want to criticize some kind of features, African features, but dude might have the biggest nose in the world, and they're saying, oh, he's so beautiful, just because he light-skinned. But guys, we know you don't have to complain about things. Whatever you cannot control something, you're trying to build a competitive advantage in another area. If you don't have a six-pack, but you got more money than the six-pack guy, and the girl at the end of the day, she ain't gonna eat those six-packs. She gonna wanna eat steaks and go to prime rib or Capitol Grill or Fogo de Chao. She won't eat those six-packs. So guys, we always know, okay, we ain't gonna change the rules. We trying to win within the rules, but by edging up, by reinforcing our competitive advantage in other areas, or by creating an advantage in other areas. So women have to do the same thing. If you're not an automatic 7 to 10, work hard in school, have a good attitude, know how to cook, be a good homemaker, plus your diplomas. Because let's say, okay, if a guy is making enough money, I don't even like those high value things, but he got his own money and he wants a wife, and you below 6, and this girl, she's 8 or 9, you got a diploma, she don't have a diploma, but you have a bad attitude. She has a bad attitude too. I think at the end of the day, the guy will go with the beautiful chick that has a bad attitude, just like you, and don't have college diploma, but is beautiful. Her beauty will make up for something, and your not so beauty will drag you down, kind of. So build your competitive advantage in areas you can change. In other areas you cannot change, that's just too bad. It's nature. But like weight, you can work on weight, you know. But like let's say your nose this or your ears there or whatever, or your bone structure not aligned the way it's supposed to, you cannot change it. You know, but like your weight, you can work on it. Your attitude, you can work on it, you know. And you can work hard in school too. Even if you're gonna be a homemaker, but like having your diploma is good. It's a backup plan in case your husband loses his job or whatever. Or sometimes you just want to do some jobs. Even you can work from home. Even if your guy was a multi-millionaire, it doesn't matter. So that was my message. Sunday, I'm Muslim, but today I'm the pastor. This is my Sunday Bible study.